want to talk about something a little more dense, and it's about trusting your intuition. I wish that something else came to mind when I thought of this, but honestly, okay, I have another example that isn't as dark, kind of. I was gonna go on a camping trip with my cousin, and I was just not feeling right about it. I didn't want to go, but I wanted to go because I knew that my cousin was going through a difficult moment. And I bought the ticket, I bought the things, I was ready to go, and I got in my car. I went to drop off my dog at my parents' house, and I got in my car. I wasn't feeling really good about it, but I was like, I'm gonna go anyway. It was like non-stop raining, and we were gonna be camping, so I was ready. Like it's gonna be a little weird, but let's do it. Whatever. The people were sending some like intense messages in the group, like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited! It's gonna be the best weekend of our lives." And I was just like, "What kind of vibe is this?" Like, people are really going all out for the camping. I don't know, my vibes were in sync with the vibes of the people that were going. I just felt off about it, but I was gonna go for my cousin. My intuition was like, "Don't go," and I went anyways. I was trying to go anyways. And then I went, like, my house is 5 minutes away from my parents' house. 7 minutes. Like, it's like nothing. And then I woke up late, I got out late, I was gonna arrive like super late. I went to my parents' house, and there's like the normal route that I normally take that is like 5 minutes was closed. And I had to do like another route. I had to do like another route because the route that I normally took to my parents' house was like closed. It was super weird, and then I like took another route. It was like non-stop raining, like an intense rain, and I had to go up like this huge hill. But there was like lots of traffic at like 10 in the morning. It was super random. The drive that should have been like 5 minutes was like 20 minutes, and I was just like on the hill waiting to go. But like there was so much traffic that I was like on the steep hill for like so much longer than I should have. So I just kept having to like go up, stop. And my car decided to randomly stop working. Like, I swear to you guys that I'm like a good driver. And I was just holding the steering wheel, and I took my foot out of the brake, and I went to like put my foot on the gas, and I didn't do it intensely, I did it softly. And I was just holding the wheel, but now I know that one of my wheels had lower pressure, like a lot lower pressure, so I think that's what happened. But I pressed the gas, and my car literally did this. Like, the wheel, I was holding it straight. The wheel did this, and I was like, "Bitch, what?" And my car like went to the side, and it wouldn't grip on the floor, and I was just like low key a little traumatized. And then I wanted to go up again, and then I had to stop because of the traffic. And then the second time I did the same thing. It was just insanity. And then I was like, this is like, I'm not supposed to go to this camping trip. Like, this is just weird. Like, my car is breaking down. I had to drive 2 hours to my cousin's house, and then we were gonna drive like in my car into like the woods, and the car was being super weird. So I was like, I don't have good vibes about this. I texted my cousin like I don't think I can go, and then I met up with my dad, and he was like, let's test drive the car to see if it's fine. And he was like, yeah, it's fine, but I don't think you should go. And I was like, yeah, I also don't think I should go. And it was like non-stop raining. And then I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I promised her I should go. And then I got in the car. I was heading out, and a huge tree falls in front of my car. Like, the hugest tree. I couldn't pass. It's not like I could go around it. No, it fell like on the whole street. I couldn't pass, and I was just like, I couldn't leave my parents' apartment complex building thing that is huge, and it felt like covering the whole thing. And I was just like, no, like, the universe is telling me not to go. And then I didn't go, and then we met up like for a family meeting 2 weeks later, and I asked her if it was nice, and she said it was kind of nice, but that they were freezing the whole night, and they spent like the whole night like shivering. And I was like, wow, this is like a subtle example. There's another day that I went to like a techno party when I was like in my underground rave days, and not that techno was a rave, but in that time of my life I was like in a rave underground techno phase, and I was gonna go to this party. I bought the ticket and the after party, and all of my friends that were gonna go with me, we were feeling like a bad vibe My boyfriend went with me at the time and he wasn't gonna go and he went and then we ended up fighting and everything about the party was shit and I ended up fainting twice in the party and I felt like I shouldn't go. My friend, like my best, one of my absolute best friends who met up with her, she never used to go to these parties and she usually told me like the vibes are bad, I'm gonna leave and I was like, oh my god, I really should just leave, but I bought a ticket for the after party and whatever. And then I stayed like partying, and after I fainted twice, guys, I honestly I can't explain what happened in my brain. That something shifted from I'm fine, I'm dancing to danger, you're in danger, like beware. And I entered. It wasn't like I was paranoid at the party. I entered 4 months of my life where I was extremely paranoid. Every single interaction that I had, I was like extremely distressed and freaked out and like like shivering. Like at that point in my life, I used to get so much Ubers because I didn't have my driver's license yet. Because I think I was 17 or 18. I think I was 17 and I was about to get my driver's license. Like I was in the process of getting it, and I already lived by myself. I lived with my sister actually, but I didn't live with my parents or anything. So I was just kind of like my relationship with my parents was really bad at the time, and after that party, I became so like emotionally like distressed and like damaged in a way that I couldn't even deal with my boyfriend, and things got so like I couldn't deal with absolutely any interaction in my life, and we ended up breaking up, and that was so intense. Like my relationship with like my parents at the time was really bad because I had just moved out and we were kind of fighting. I, my boyfriend and I broke up because I couldn't deal with any type of relationship at that moment. I was like extremely overwhelmed, and he couldn't understand how I went to the party one day and I was fine, and the next day I wasn't fine. Obviously, it wasn't like that. Like, there was a lot of things that were happening in my life, but something did shift in my brain, and I always kept thinking to myself, like, I knew from the beginning that I shouldn't have gone to that party. I don't care if I wasted how much money it may be in that party. Like, I didn't need to be there. I didn't need to go. I could have bailed on it. I didn't have to. Like, my friends might have been sad for a second and they wouldn't care. Like, my boyfriend would have just easily stayed at home with me. He only went because I was gonna go. And, and yeah. But no, I decided to go against, like, not following my intuition. And I got traumatized and I had to deal with the consequences for, I think, the next, like, 4 to 5 months. And I almost had started going to therapy because of this, and it was super scary. And the most bizarre thing is that I knew from the beginning that I shouldn't be going, and I should have listened to my gut. The course that I did that talks about how to use crystals for your personal life said, like the lady said something that I never forgot. She said that every time that you feel a little like unsure and uneasy about doing something or not doing something, or about a relationship with someone and vice versa, to just sit and meditate and see, think about it and visualize it and see if your heart opens and illuminates or if it like closes and you feel like dense and sad and heavy. Because that's a sign that you shouldn't do it. And then if it illuminates, that you should do it. I know that I gave two pretty random examples, but it's just something to think about. The more that I've trusted myself and respected myself, and even if I feel like just a little tingle of I shouldn't go there, I shouldn't do that, I don't do it, and I just stay home, and I don't think anything is worth my peace and my well being. And the more that I've listened to myself, the more that I receive the confirmations of why I shouldn't have gone, I shouldn't have done it, and the more that I'm happy that I didn't go and didn't do it. And I think the more the universe trusts me that trust that I'm listening to it, to him and to the universe and to Mother Nature and all everybody that's trying to help me. And the more that they do help me and look out for me and that I look out for myself essentially. So trust your intuition, guys. Your gut is never wrong.